laners to go up against. Like Pugna, just such a menace. Crystal Maiden just goes out there and cues everybody to death. Do you think that that is kind of their game plan? How well do you think that works?
With the Lifestealer, it seems like we're probably looking for a mid-hero last, right? And we're probably going to get this like Wraith King support at this point. At least that's what I would be banning for if I was EG. Seems like the more likely case. So how can you speed up your game if you want to go that route? Like, these are some relatively slow heroes, right? Like Phoenix, Clinks, Enigma. Yeah. And they get a little bit better later on. Tiny, even, it's kind of a slow hero. So they could opt towards something like that Dragon Knight sort of style, something along those lines. But they have the benefit of watching what EG pick last, and that's when you can fully kind of decide where's this Wraith King going, what role is he going to be. There's a lot of value in being a core Wraith King up against like a lot of Wombo combo, right? Yeah. Because it gives more value to your reincarnation, but they are going to take care of one of those kind of like early game siege heroes like the Lina. That would have been really nice with all the attack speed that she has. Definitely.
The heroes that can just sort of park themselves down there in front of you and just pummel. And I guess the other thing too is that you talk about heroes that can like blow up a Clinks, particularly if he doesn't happen to have Death Pact up. So something to watch for. And the Spirit Breaker from Evil Geniuses. Space Cow's running.
Okay. Be probably a crit Spirit Breaker then. I'm sure Fly will be on his Phoenix, as it is a bit of a classic for him. I like Spirit Breaker. He has also been a hero that's showing up a lot in pubs, not so much in the pro meta because he wasn't really a thing during the Super Major. So someone who's new, but he is a BKB piercing support, which is good to have. He helps you in terms of, like, you talk about the laning stage being so important and then snowballing out of the laning stage. Well, there's not a lot of heroes better at that than Spirit Breaker. This guy needs no items. He can just cross the whole map. If you manage to get treads on him, because you get a couple kills early, you're this, like, 1,200 HP support who just feels unkillable and not worth dealing with. And a couple lucky bashes go your way. Game feels good, but... All right, that's what we call the game winner hero, and a classic infest carrier. But it's like, you get into a little bit of a corner maybe, and you're like, how do we win this game? This is one of the heroes that comes to mind, right?
Well, and the other thing that comes to mind is picking that into a traditional, I don't know if I'd call it a counter, but a hero that's hard to deal with in the Spirit Breaker. Yeah. Like, you just run mid with this guy, and mid lane is already hard enough when you're dealing with Sumail, particularly when it's a Sumail who is on a killing hero, and then he has that Spirit Breaker running in there. XXS is going to need to play his heart out. This could be tough.
Yeah, it's curious to see how Boboka is going to perform too, if this indeed ends up being the support Pugna. So what kind of value is there in support Pugna this game? The Nether Ward's okay. The D-Crap's very good against Clinks, and not so much against Tiny, though. It can be all right, as long as Sumail's already used his spells. Like, that tends to be like the first thing happens in a fight, and then maybe you can D-Crap after and just making sure there's no follow-up in terms of the right clicks. But this isn't the most incredible support Pugna game I've ever seen,
Fair enough.
You need a lot of levels.
Now, we do have to sort of say to ourselves, the classic, is this a free Storm game?
Yes.
Blitz isn't here, but in spirit, what do you think?
It looks pretty good, right? There's no classic enemies. The one concern I would have would still be the Enigma. This is the kind of guy that really wants to target you down. He's going to be saving that black hole basically for you. And you don't have a BKB piercing disabled on the side of IG.
Right.
It's kind of a big deal when you're playing against Enigma, especially the S4 Enigma.
Well, we're going to have to see as we get ready to hop into this game number 1. It's IG versus EG. Let's take a look. You want to do some predictions? Some are teleports canceled. Say 1. Smoke ain't kills. I'm not getting any of these predictions, but let's go with it, and then we'll take it off the screen.
Might as well, see how it goes. I think Aggressive's going to have the most D awards. What do you think? This guy.
I like that.
All right. To start, though, Fly and RTZ are just chilling in the base. I mean, they don't know what they're doing. They're trying to figure out. They're like, yeah, I don't think I want a bounty room, guys.
They're switching it up. They pick up some salves, and it looks like they're going to be trading off runes. I don't know what they're doing.
Man, I know that some teams smoke and get really aggressive, but this just seems really safe. To be staying in the well of all places.
Wait a minute. What? Hold on. Fly is playing Clinks?
They've switched? All right. I'm curious. Something going on here. Interesting.
Were they trying to... Oh,
Were they trying a swap thing and it failed or something?
I'm wondering if they were trying to swap and then they messed it up.
Time to just switch seats, boys.
Because okay, I'm wondering if he just switch seats at this point. Because Fly is definitely not supposed to be playing Clinks.
Well, he's got the taunt, so maybe that's what allows him to play Clinks. Either way, fly Clinks, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it says. That's what we're going with. And since they were in the fountain for so long, there's no way they're getting this rune.
All right, well,
That
not
I
a
can
hot
tell you.
start. Not a hot start so far. Say what you will about whether or not it's the right person playing the right heroes. At the very least, you don't want to have to deal with that right at the beginning. But okay.
Yeah, our cheesy man, he's been practicing. All right, he's ready to be the Firebird.
Okay.
Sure, it's going to be all right.
Wow. Well, on a bombshell to start this.
I am loving this build from S4, by the way. The quad mango strat.
Ooh.
This guy is opening a fruit stand down here, and he's even shared one with Crit. You can see Crit's got one there too. You know, already one customer. Looking very good.
Definitely. Mid lane, talked about XXS versus Sumail on the Storm Spirit and Tiny respectively. As far as matchup goes, I think the kill potential really starts to happen later on once you start getting some more points up in Avatos.
Yeah, it should be in Sumail's favor for sure. Just like very high chance of getting a kill around level 3 or 4 or something. Plus he has the added benefit of the rotation from the Spirit Breaker. Fly?
XD fly. Yeah, that's a good little point. It looks like IG figured out what's going on. I'm not sure if EG has yet, but we'll see.
I'm glad they're just as confused as we are.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to the players for letting the people at home know exactly how they're feeling. Very much appreciating the all chat here.
Definitely. Now, a couple of Eidolons going to be taken away as the creep pull did actually come through as well. This is something we were talking about as a possibility in the future. Bobica went and grabbed the entire one, and that's one of the benefits of this Pugnut. Very high movement
so
speed.
Fast. Like, you guys, that's not a bug or anything. At 337, no movement speed items. This guy is like Skywrath Ench level stuff, and RTZ, beautiful ward placement. You'd never know he was a core player. Of course, he was fully spotted by a ward, and so it can be dewarded at their will.
Yeah, I'm very curious to hear what the insider is. I'm sure that there's some interviews going on later. They'll be asking about this one, as SRF having a very decent time here so far, about even, and actually they popped the strike, not able to get out the Wraithfire Blast, and they're going to force back this Wraith King.
Meanwhile, the mid lane, things not going well for XXS. As you can see, 12-6 versus the 6-1. It's what you'd expect. At least he's able to get a few last hits here, but very scary situation. And again, he always has to be watching that bottom lane. You know, you never know when Chris is going to show up. And before you're level 6, you are just food as a Storm Spirit. And who are his rotating supports? It's a support Pugna, and it's a Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden, when she TPs to help you, that's one of her spells. You know, she doesn't have a lot of mana to work with.
Now, speaking of Crystal Maiden, Q in a little bit of trouble here as they're getting the hits. If Crit gets a bash, it might be enough, but did not come through. And in spite of the Orb of Venom, he's able to walk away from that one. Yeah, very low mana pool on Crystal Maiden, particularly with the most recent nerf that it got to Crystal Nova as well.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Ourselves a little bit of a fortification as well, just to mess with the CSing going on there in the mid lane, I do believe. And, well, so far, seems pretty decent. It's a lot of pressure.
I just realized there are people who have RTZ in their fantasy. They're going to be missing a lot of points.
Oh, no. Wait, I played Fly. Oh, yes, I'm in there. I'm in there. Let's go. Let's do this every game.
Beautiful. Man, EG just hating on the fantasy players right now.
Well, we do have just about that 4-minute mark, getting closer towards the first rune spawns. Stable lanes so far also. Crit just hiding off map. Q is going to spot him, so they know that Storm Spirit can play a little bit more safe here in the mid lane, at least for the moment. But as you said, that anxiety of a Spirit Breaker being off map, and now
Spirit Breaker with a GD.
All right. Not bad.
Oh, he's TPing top. Going to make a play here.
Oh, this is really cool. Who do you go on?
I guess whoever's just closer, honestly.
Yeah.
Whoever presents themselves, either one's kind of fine. You just got to make sure he doesn't get stunned. Probably the main goal. He's currently sitting in the Nether Ward, which he'll know if he takes a look, though. So that will alert them to the charge. So they're going to be pretty quick.
And, you know, even just staying down here, though, XXS is being forced to hide.
They just dodged the Wraithfire Blast with the Strafe, too.
Nicely done. And then they move in. SRF going to go down. They do rotate with the Crystal Maiden. Has full mana pool still, but they will lose Crit. Still worth to take down that Wraith King.
Yeah, RTZ still managing to get first blood there from the support.
Hey.
Yeah, got to get that gold. He hasn't learned to trade off. You know, he's used to making sure the kill is secured for him.
Q going to be charged just to get Spirit Breaker out here that much more quickly.
Oh, aggressive.
As they want to contest for the bounty runes.
Yeah, he's postured down bottom and stolen it too. Very nice play. And that means that S4's in the wrong spot because he assumed he was back at his own bounty rune, and Aggressive will get both. That is 4 bounty runes for IG. Ladies and gentlemen, just call it now, I would say. Like, why do we even keep playing?
That's fair. You know, it's a good question to ask. They're looking great. I am very impressed with Invictus Gaming. Granted, still very, very early, but you do see a smoke up towards mid now. The level 3 Phoenix moving in, but with the Storm Spirit hiding away to the side, he knows that this gank could be coming and is just going to try and farm up his 6, I guess, in the jungle.
Yeah, it's a good call. Crit's been missing for a while, so play it safe. And the other thing is that Sumail is also level 6, so that's going to be roughly 600 damage burst. A little bit more, actually, probably like 7 some. So a little bit too much to toy with when you're under 800 HP.
Aggressive. They did see this rotation coming in from the rest of the Dire heroes, but I don't know if Aggressive can get out of here. He doesn't have Rage anymore and taking a lot of damage with that Sun Ray. They're able to take him down.
He did get some bounty runes, but one thing he's been lacking has been levels, because this is Enigma, ladies and gentlemen. This hero is so strong in the lane right now, we don't have supports that can handle it. And look at those denies, he's at 16. That's why this Lifestealer is level 3. He's been dual laning, the CM's level 2. They brought this gank up when he was level 6. He didn't even have it, now he has the black hole.
Oh my god, dropping it down 3 levels ahead, almost batches him out of the black hole, but it doesn't matter, still find the kill. A lot of damage coming out from Q as well, as they're trying to run down S4, and we'll see he is gonna die. Looks like Arteezy will escape, but Crit, no such luck.
Nah, he couldn't do anything. And the old Nether Ward just locking him in place.
Radiant's middle tower is under
So
attack.
6.5 minutes in, 3-3 so far. SRF continuing to get the bully on and wasn't able to quite get away with the skeleton walk there, and I guess didn't want to commit the strafe. Charge. But it's just to get SRF off of him. Yeah, this has been a really sad Lifestealer game so far. He has to make the long walk back to his tier 1 tower.
Yeah, things are not getting a whole lot better. They have 3 heroes down in this lane right now, so we'll see what sort of response they give. Likely a rotation soon from Sumail. I think they feel like they can probably win another fight during the black hole when that's back up. So hold out until then, and then maybe take the bottom tower with it. And they just want to harass him some more, though. Again, no Infest escape here. And ward coverage, not enough to see this charge.
Coming in. They also have the Phoenix to follow up with this. Wait for the Rage possibly, or just dive forward as they've got vision on him. Q shows up as well, trying to make sure that Aggressive doesn't get dove.
Yeah, it's a dangerous play, though.
Oh my goodness. And getting punished heavily, although they turn now onto Arteezy as he is going to get the charge through onto 2. Q in trouble, and, well, the chase down. They find 1 kill. They might even get a second one. Bobica does manage to find a kill onto Sumail while this is happening. If they maintain vision here, charge back up in 2 seconds, and it looks like with that, Q is going to go down. No TP for Crit, which means he might end up paying as well. But he has 7 stick charges, pulling the creep wave back. The chase down here from IG Arteezy is just going to run away for the moment. He doesn't have a TP either, but he will have dive up again. And that's actually going to be a deny to the tier 3 towers. There's a little bit of shenanigans going on.
Yeah, that's the right play to make for Crit, I think. There's no way you can charge anywhere efficient, really. You'd have to just, like, start running home, so it's fine. Split the gold a little bit. I like the play from Aggressive to go for the kill on the Phoenix instead. Just, like, kind of join that engagement. More likely to succeed. So they grab that kill, and that's going to be the earn for Bobica. So this support Pugna having some concerns. He's not the support. Turns out Aggressive is the support Lifestealer. Didn't see that one coming, because he's the one who's level 5 in just a moment here after this range creep. And Bobica is 6, roaming around with Arcane Boots and Earn, one of the richer heroes.
Yeah, a little bit of an odd take on it, but it works. You know, whoever you can get to be a core, and Pugna's definitely shown to be proficient as that, as they walk forward, try to possibly find initiation on the fly. While this is all getting set up here, we do also have the rest of EG sitting mid, waiting for somebody to show up, but nobody is there. As Fly, again, found the Nova, the Frostbite, a lot of damage coming in. They maintaining vision there, but he does back away.
Now, this should be enough to force them back. Tower secured, so the question is, where do we put our efforts if we don't think we can stop top? Because they're missing the egg right now, so not worth going. try and shove in mid and get something while it's so obvious what IG are doing. But it doesn't look like they're going to get much.
No.
Just that bottom tower and nothing since.
Well, that's a
charge
jump for aggressive. And the black hole, is he pulled in? He is actually going to be caught there. It was very close, but aggressive is going to be found and killed off. SRF rotates in as well. They're trying to heal back up Crit now as they get the sun ray on him. SRF still walking away, but he is just TP'd into his death, and Crit just going to TP out of there.
Away they go. And that's a Midas now at 10 minutes.
Oh.
That's after Arcane Boots for S4. That is a very strong start.
Top net worth hero in the game, level 8. And, well, EG getting set up for a very nice mid-game.
I guess with all the nerfs to Helm, doesn't think it's going to be as valuable. Rather have the Midas go that way, and of course you can just go for CDR anyway on Enigma, so it gives a lot of value to the Midas. However, Midas straight to the backpack. Oh my god, the lost value.
Oh no.
I can't even believe it. Oh, those 2 seconds Grant will be so unhappy right now. There we go.
He got it in the end. S4 making it happen. So let's see. Another, looks like just sort of constant rotations with Crit and Arteezy. I'm just going to keep calling him Arteezy, even though I feel like this might be Fly. And Bobica, meanwhile, they're looking for him, not finding him yet. Just trying to get into that Aether lens.
I can tell from the XD that was typed earlier that it's actually Arteezy. Just so we're clear. Like,
Okay,
he's given some clear signs that this is Arteezy. A few of these dives, you know, some of this last hitting by Fly. It's okay, guys. They wouldn't dare switch accounts.
Fair enough. Yeah, Aquila, brown boots. It's got a wand as well. Level 7 right now. And, well, 11.5 minutes in. It's 6-7. 1,000 gold lead. And feeling pretty good, I would say, if you're them. As far as IG is concerned, it is a little bit sketchy just because of how much this lifesteal has been hampered. What's a way back into it for them? What are they looking to do now?
Yeah, it's a tough call for them. It comes from Infest ganks, right? That's always sort of the way you snowball a mid-game for a Storm Spirit draft. So they're lucky because they're not that far behind. I shouldn't say lucky, but they're being propped up by some of their other heroes, especially Bobica. The fact that he is essentially a core right now is very important. It allows them to make plays, even though the Lifestealer is so far behind. So once this Lifestealer gets out of the support trench and can get some Infest ganks going, then probably with this Kaya, we'll see them hunt after Fly, because he's also very poor. Right. You know, he's a very good target right now.
Yeah, that's fair. It's the type of hero that also, if you do manage to get the jump on him, escape mechanisms are invis, which teams are going to have dust.
That was a smoke directly on top of that ward. So possibilities that EG set up here.
S4 still hanging out, and after that large creep is taken away, he's going to back out as well.
Yeah, he probably would have been farming that small camp if it wasn't for that ward too. So nice save there. Good deep vision provided here from the side of Evil Geniuses.
And he's going straight BKB. As you said, there's no answer to it right now for Invictus Gaming, so if they just walk down a lane and potentially set up, it's hard to deal with that. Tier 1 tower possibly going to be assaulted soon by EG. 3 heroes off of the map around this Tier 1 tower.
Yeah, it's black hole time right now too, so this is when you want to make something happen for the side of EG.
Yeah. Well, another round of strafe as he just barrels into this tower. So much damage coming out for that Clinks, but leaves it outside of deny range. While level 6 Crit is going to be chasing over, and it looks like he has found himself the Storm Spirit. The pushback as well. Avatos with the blink reveal. They take him down, and meanwhile, Black Hole mid lane with the egg on top. Easy peasy for EG.
Wow, they even saw that coming, and now one more.
They keep buying these kills. CM is going to go down, 3 dead. And top tower is going to be pressured while they're simultaneously going to be able to pressure mid.
Yeah, IG just not really respecting the mobility from EG. They saw the movement from the Enigma very clearly with that ward down bottom. They saw him rotating it towards the mid, but just maybe not expecting that they would just straight up drop the black hole at Bobica. But it works out because it also helps them secure the Storm Spirit kill because there's no assistance coming in there. And these levels on the supports, so important for that dire side. I mean, we're still level 5 on Q right now.
Yeah. Wow. Very, very unfortunate for the Crystal Maiden. I mean, obviously you can keep on giving the ward, you can place down, or rather the aura, and you keep on placing down wards, but You really need to find some killers. And another smoke nearby the ward. I'm not sure if that one was scouted out, but we'll see depending upon EG's movement now.
Dire's middle tower
As they are going to smoke themselves, head towards their vision to the Radiant jungle. Looks like also Fly positioning himself to try and move down and see if he can scout anybody out and secure a bounty rune.
Yeah, they're just completely out of the territory that they're eyeing for, and that's too far of a jump for a support.
Yeah, that's really bad. And then on top of that, mid lane, they're able to find themselves the Q kills. Sumail maybe in a little bit of trouble, though. The charge comes through. The heal, it's going to start to mount up. Sumail, can you come back up this pause? Oh, no. S4 jumps in. He does not have a black hole, but nonetheless, a very unfortunate time to have to DC.
Yeah, that's a little rough. Little bit of lag there. But yeah, Sumail, that was a really bold play to hop in there like that. He has a lot of faith in his Phoenix, but got 3 levels in the Sunray, so hoping that's going to be enough just to save him from a dive like that. And so far it's working out, because like now they're all clumping up, trying to kill you, and the longer you stay alive, it's just more and more damage from the Sunray piling on top of everyone.
Definitely. The turnaround's going to be there. They managed to, well, actually cancel the ultimate. It's 1 kill onto Wraith King. With everybody here, they should be able to find it a second time. The toss-up and SRF going to be pummeled into oblivion.
That's a 1 fight off the back of an enemy smoke without black hole or egg being used. Very bad news for the side of Invictus Gaming. If they had better heroes for it, they have the medallion. It's feasible. If they want to, they could maybe roast for the side of Evil Geniuses, but there's definitely not a lot of pressure on them to do so. And in fact, they just want to keep on hunting.
Yeah. And we talked about at the very beginning of this game, what is the goal for Invictus Gaming? It's get this Storm Spirit huge. And right now he's being eclipsed by 2 separate heroes, one of whom can potentially solo kill him, depending upon how his next couple of items go. So to me, I'm feeling like this is a really tough spot for Invictus Gaming to be in. And EG just having the time of their lives in this game.
S4 is about to have his Black King Bar. Like, whew, not good.
16 minutes in, a 5,000 net worth lead. Taking a look at experience, it's getting towards that 7,500 mark as well. So we'll kind of see if maybe Roche is going to be on the menu in the near future. Clinks does already have that medallion, but maybe just a 1-team fight and having their big ultis.
Yeah, I think if I'm EG, I'm just looking like, where do I want to spend this black hole? Got 20 seconds. Currently, they just kind of want to be eyeing around the map. If you look at their vision, they have essentially nothing past the river from EG. They've started to fade away. Like, Crit had a very aggressive maneuver to put down all those wards, but they've all timed out since then.
Right.
So they would like to get another round of those going. So likely a smoke for wards. And those will be delivered over to Arteezy. He's got 3 observers, so they have a lot to work with right now. I would prioritize that top half of the map and try and scout out Roche.
Okay.
Make that the next place that you want to put your efforts.
Well, and as you said, there's the BKB that is actually waiting on the courier right now for the Enigmas down in the bottom lane, keeping the lanes pressured out and remaining off map. Another good thing that they're doing. We do also see Bobica. He's built into the Aether Lens himself. Currently has level 10, that 225 health talent, and maybe a chance for another smoke here, possibly? They're going to go for it. That one was close to Envision. It might have been. It's very close.
They spent a bit of time dewarding, but yeah, that's a very sneaky ward in behind there. So if it didn't spot the smoke precisely, it still saw them kind of in that area. But let's see if Q wants to be the bait. No. Oh, man, that was close. Oh, they're going to find this courier. So they'll see that going.
And aggressive there in the area. The courier spotted him out, it looks like. It's possibly, or it was maybe them. Yeah, regardless, they're able to get away from it.
Yeah, well drawn there from aggressive, so. They can still hold this area, and the other thing about coming down here like this is that there's no real threat from IG right now, right? Like, if you're EG, this is not a lineup that you're concerned about roshing. You know, they're not going to go in there with Storm, Lifestealer, Wraith King right now. Not really something they can do that quick. You can easily get this tower down here and still defend, so they're fine with this. The one pressure might be Bobica up top, just because he has 4 points in the Nether Blast. That might be enough to try and start bringing them back.
Yeah, you don't want to have to give up towers if you don't have to right now in the position that EG are in. They are going to be able to come close to finishing off this tier 2 in the bottom lane, but it looks like for now at least they're still just sitting pat. They do also stay outside of range, so there's no crit charges coming through. Although aggressive needs to be careful.
He's playing very aggressive, you know, living up to his name right now. He knows they're all in there, and he's still farming this wave. He is behind. He definitely needs to take some risks. He's the second lowest net worth on his team. Not a common place for him to be, and this charge is going down.
Oh, that was kind of cool, and then they managed to find the ulti onto Aggressive. No rage for him available. He does get the infest inside, the chase away, and the kill comes through. They pop the supernova as well, so SRF just needs to back out. And EG find themselves another round. XS jumps into everybody, forces out the BKB. A nice bait there as well, but now the charge is coming through. They're going to call it off.
Okay. Not an ideal first BKB, but that's all right. Oh, this Netherwood.
Lots of noises being made. Yeah, it was a good play, though, as well from Baboka. He, shows for a minute up top there. He's able to get most of the damage done to the tower, and then as soon as he shows one last time, he TPs away because he knows the charge is coming.
Well, tier 2 in the mid lane, tier 2 up top, and then Roche. Those are the 3 next objectives here for Evil Geniuses, and since they didn't end up spending the black hole, just the BKB, that's a much shorter cooldown to wait for. So, again, I do think that we should see those observer wards being slapped down there, at least some of them, but they went and spent them in the bottom when they had that expedition just to secure the tier 2. And IG just never even ended up playing that, right? They just kind of like wandered away and let it go.
I guess it sort of speaks to what you were talking about before, that they're not worried about Invictus Gaming taking Roche themselves. So they're like, if they're never going to go there, let's just try and pick them off and keep getting bigger,
aggressive
bigger,
down
bigger.
bottom in the jungle.
Found again, Aggressive, in trouble. He pops the rage now, and, well, they do throw down Midnight Pulse, and immediately he falls. 4 from EG show up. They will deal some damage to the tier 2 tower because of this. But
yeah, that was a great kill too, and that was without the Nether Blast, or rather the Nether Strike too. And that's one of those problems with the support Spearbreaker, is that his ulti scales really well. It goes from 100 to 80 to 60, but when you're stuck on level 1 ulti for so long, it feels like, despite you want to be active, when you're specifically hunting BKB heroes like a Lifestealer, it can be a lot of trouble. But they just have so much follow-up damage and high mobility from this Tiny that it's fine.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Azif up top, XXS able to find himself something, although he gets the spirits off and then eggs away. It does force out the egg, but it keeps him alive.
Yeah, he'll take that. It's okay. A little bit of space, I suppose, just not giving away a free kill. It's not a Bloodstone Storm, so it's not, not the greatest thing. But that's
I thought that it was going to be that Spiritbreaker was a little closer and they were going to be able to track him down, but again, XXS realizing the limits of his hero, make sure he doesn't spend mana before he can get out.
S4 looking to have a better showing with the next BKB use here with that Blink Dagger that's flying out to him.
Yeah. Did take the CDR you're talking about, 15%, and all of his abilities that much better. To mention the Midas efficiency.
Yeah, it seems to be that like the idea behind the hero these days is, if you don't buy Midas, then you can go for the GPM, but if you buy Midas, then cooldown kind of gives you the best of both worlds, because we know how much a team needs to play around this black hole. Cooldown. Oh, a smoke. Ball being charged.
They're charging in. They're moving forward. They still have black hole available. Arteezy.
Oh, is there no dust? Oh, the dust's in the backpack, so no opportunities for a free kill. They know that egg is down still.
All right, Q. See you later. This is about as quick as it can come.
But that might have been unnecessary with the Nether Strike. That is a long cooldown. But you know what? You take him, you get your kills, and now he goes for the 600 night vision. I love this talent. I think it's such a cool talent. It's a great hero for it. Just gives you that edge, it's this idea that if the other team has no night vision heroes like this, you just have a distinct advantage when you're moving during half of the game.
And the other thing too for him is this is a hero that needs that extra little bit of vision to find
targets. Annoying too.
Right, like you think that you're in a safe position and you're not going to be able to get charged, but he just spots you.
Like, how many times have you guys been chasing a spirit, like someone in Spiritbreaker, you try and charge, and every time when he stops for a second to charge, they just fog you, and it's over and over.
Yeah.
No concerns now.
Sumail picks up the Aegis. We do still have the Orchid coming online soon for the Storm Spirit. It's a way to sort of get his game a little bit underway, and he hasn't really died all that. He has only died one time so far, but it does feel like it's maybe going to be coming a bit too late right now as EG are just firing on all cylinders. Oh, they spot Bobica, but he spots them too. He's able to do a little juke around the trees. Nice play there. And then he gives them the alt chat for fun.
Excellent. Good choice. We need more hero lines. I mean, this Storm Spirit, this is silver tier. I mean, XXS, what are you doing here, man?
Gotta step it up. There are some really great voice lines, gotta be said. Enigma, Midas ready to go. Level 16 has a Blink Dagger now on top of the BKB, maintaining his position as top farmer in the game. As everybody moves into position, finds themselves
that Midas.
Takes it all away. That's going to be another kill. Crit picks it up on Bobica.
That's why S4 is the greatest right there. That turnaround Midas mid-engagement. However, this time it looks like RTZ could not escape.
Oh, just a whole lot of hate thrown down onto the Storm Spirit, the Avatos, and after the Black Hole, they make him pay.
Okay, not so lucky this time. That's a 9K lead now, so we start approaching into 25 minutes. In terms of recovery, Aggressive has really never found it. They have the Blink and the Blade Mail now on SRF here for the Wraith King, so that's another one of these Infest carriers who can also play very aggressively with the Blade Mail. Maybe that's an opportunity, but he is still struggling very hard. Still just has Armlet Aquila on the Lifestealer.
Yeah. Now, Blade Mail for the Wraith Kings, you're talking about, it's incredibly potent. We do also have... Okay. He wanted the CS.
Got him.
As the smoke comes from Evil Geniuses, they're going to move down towards the bottom. The charge is out already onto Q, and I do not believe that Aggressive is going to be sticking around this area to help out the CM. And at this point, if you're Evil Geniuses, how do you look to try and, you know, sort of secure yourself high ground? There's one more tier 2 tower left. Do you just close that one out, or can you attempt a push with this Aegis?
I would just want to close out the towers and cement my control over the map right now with this Aegis. That would be pretty ideal for me. Just because, like, well, we have 2.5 minutes. Yeah, I don't think they're going to have too much time, right? Because it's already a minute left still for the BK or the Black Hole to be back for S4. So, some problems there. Able to convert his own Eidolons very easily with the Dawn conversion now.
Oh, yeah. It's got to be said, Bobica's been having himself a really good game so far. I mean, again, this is position 4 hero ostensibly, but he's the second highest net worth on his team, and he just keeps on getting these lanes pressured out. Has a Dagon now as well, and he can do this from relative safety because Spiritbreaker doesn't have vision on him. Yeah,
the question is, like, how much value has he really given to his team? Like, RTZ goes down once again here on a warding expedition. Q checking to see if there's any around, but at least he won't lose the wards as that death. But, like, what has the Pugna been able to achieve for his team? Yes, he has a high net worth, but a lot of that also comes from the fact that that was intentional effort placed from Evil Geniuses on top of the Lifestealer, who can't catch up. He can't blast waves the same way a Pugna can. And they've given Pugna quite a bit of space, too. Mm-hmm. He did eventually get that tier 2, but he spent so much time in that top lane that, you know, he doesn't have these opportunities for, like, big saves during team fights or anything, so... I worry that, you know, what kind of opportunities does he even have in these team fights to make a play?
It's really tough. I mean, and that's just the problem with the hero in this role in general. But it has been able to at least sort of, in some ways, buy them a little bit more time. Problem is, it's still 11,000 net worth lead, and eventually you're going to need to fight EG, and they are looking large and in charge right now.
Yeah, it's just like, where can you even go from here, right? Is he going to get enough farm priority? He has to give this over to the Lifestealer, so is he going to get an Aghanim Scepter? And without an Aghanim Scepter, this hero just not really the same thing heading to the later parts, and yeah, Bobica just, he might show here.
Bobica's been hiding. Oh, there it is. And they spot him out now. They put the kibosh on the split push. With that, meanwhile, they also find themselves another round and another kill onto XXS. Just gank squads around the map, so easy for these EG heroes to kill off what IG is throwing their way.
Yeah, IG just, they don't want to go for any smoke plays, they don't want to go for any infest bomb plays or anything because that Aegis was still up. It's about to expire, and although they didn't like directly push a tier 2 or anything with this Aegis, it still gave them this tier 2 by virtue of not allowing IG to make any safe moves across the map, making it way too risky. And IG, you know, again, we watched them a lot during China, they tend to play pretty safe, and some games that does work out for them because they maybe go for something like this Medusa or something like that that can farm up and get very scary, but in a game like this, where they're pressured to make moves, this is where we've seen them falter several times. Like aggressive Bloodseekers, just not able to really fight their way back into a game that they need to be engaged with.
Well, and this has been sort of the inherent problem, is the Spiritbreaker comes in, deals with the split push very easily, and then can get back to the lane as they kill off Q, and are sort of positioned to be able to even fight mid if things start to pop off here.
Yeah, they're just so far ahead that they can have these kill squads like this, and Bobica can suffer.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, there we go. Sumail, that is not a all chat wheel. Unacceptable.
That's fair enough. 8-23, 15,000 net worth lead. And 29 minutes in, it is looking like IG are going to need to have a reckoning. 30 seconds till the Pugna. They have buyback on the Pugna as well as Crystal Maiden. But they jump forward, toss back into Arteezy. SRF, they don't kill him off yet. They're going to do it now. They do get the slow onto several of them, but with eggs still available as well as Black Hole, feels so hard to come in and really fight into this lineup of EG.
S4 needs to back away, it looks like, for a minus. Okay, they're going to go and shove this top lane back in as well. Keep the double pressure going.
And the vision right now, you take a look at it across the map, and EG basically see any time IG are going to leave the base. This is that moment where you start to get sieged in a way where you lose so much more value around the map. You take a look at the net worth over the past couple minutes, and there haven't even been a tremendous amount of kills. It's mainly just been the farming efficiency because EG controls the map.
Yeah. Question is there really any way for IG to get back in this one? There's always a chance, of course, from a lot of mistakes coming from your opponent, but they really don't have the best high ground heroes. They don't have that big wombo combo hero you think of when you come to like these big comebacks. There's no one who can really control the fight to allow our Lifesteal and Storm Spirit to do work. Like XXS and Aggressive, they have to worry about this black hole because who else is going to tank it? And who's going to stop it once it starts?
Now.
And another ulti from Q in the bottom lane just to try and push these waves out. Looks like they're actually just trying to bait her a little bit here, but doesn't seem like it's going to be successful.
Yeah. I mean, they're not even at the tier 1 yet, and Sumail is about to start hitting this tier 3 with the tree.
Yeah, this bait did not work.
Damage.
They're just like, where are they?
Yeah. Out Wraithfire Blast. They kill off the creep wave, but this is a double catapult wave, staying alive a little bit longer. And looks like they should be able to come close to taking this down. We'll see if IG even think about denying it. I don't think you ever want to on a tier 3, but it almost feels like an inevitability that this tower is going to go down.
The odd part about this is that they went for that play when there's no bots hero on the side of EG. So it's just like, what are the chances someone really wants to commit to that when they were so close to pushing a tier 3?
Right.
But risks are the things you got to take, I suppose. So they went for a bold play.
Jump in, Storm Spirit and Best Bomb as well, but into the black hole. They're able to get the egg off. Also Fly just tearing these heroes apart. Aggressive is going to go down. SRF also in trouble as he's coming back. The reincarnation is there, but already dead yet again. The Dagon, a ton of damage. Q is actually living just barely. They do lose the Spear Breaker, but on the other side of the fight, Storm Spirit almost gets taken down. Will manage to escape.
It goes into the low HP Sumail, but just not an opportunity there. The status resistance, it's maxed out at this point. He's a hard guy to handle.
I mean, that was a buyback death for the Wraith King on top of everything else. 21,000 net worth lead, and also access to shrines.
Yep, and that's right with Roche coming back up now. So was not scouted quite yet from Evil Geniuses, as this ward who is scouting the side of EG is about to expire as it crumbles into the dust.
Check out that butterfly tiny.
Yeah, classy. Very nice item. Didn't really need the BKB in his opinion so far. He's been correct. 6, 1, and 8 right now. Absolutely slaying it. And a lot of room control too, using this bottle very well.
Oh no.
Well, I guess maybe he doesn't think so. Guess he disagrees.
Yeah, fair enough. BKB for Storm Spirit is going to be the item of choice if they can get towards it. Wraith King also eyeing that Radiance. I mean, if you take a look at the sort of more macro picture, they only lost that tier 3 tower. The worry is what happens now in any team fight that they take. But Lifesteal and Fest Bombs start to push these waves out. It's what they need to do.
Well, they're trying to give the tools over to XXS to be successful. They've given him that gem, Q, putting all his life savings as a position 5, 6, potentially, into his Storm Spirit here. So really hoping he doesn't go down, to ensure he doesn't get targeted down by one of these unstoppable black holes.
They switch it off and give it to somebody else? Am I crazy? Or is it
oh, yeah. No,
right
it's
now?
back now again.
Okay.
It was on him twice, so
all right.
It's all over right now.
All over the place. G moving forward. I think that one might have been scouted.
They're being pinged a lot, so they at least know where they're going.
Yeah. Nothing else. Lots of pings. Walking back towards high ground. They run into everybody. They do have an A. No, the chase forward. Spearbreaker gonna go down.
Oh, S4. He's thinking about it. Oh, he wants it.
Jump forward, black hole! 1-4, they caught them all. The Sunray on top of it, they're able to break that one. The Supernova follow-up. Everybody's gone. Triple kill for Sumail. Easy peasy as they all go down. GG, man. What a freaking exclamation mark.
That's how you end a game of Dota 2, right there. S4 absolutely styles on the remains of the hopes for Invictus Gaming.